wait a minute, is it ULTI replacement? So if you're an investor who's been looking for an ETF that would replace ULTI from YieldMax, here we have a brand new ETF from Shares that might just do that. So in this video, we're going to look at what Rex Income Max Option Strategy ETF ULTI has in store for us. We're going to analyze its performance, distributions, and potential growth. So let's start. The first thing here, we look at intraday market. This was on Friday. It did close at 25.89, and after hours trading it climbed to 26.87. That's a gain of $1.04 or 4%. So if we look at a 5 days stretch, that's the time that this ETF has been out, is between $25.31 to 26.03. It hasn't been out for a long time. I'm going to show you when this ETF exactly came out. Volume is around 65,973. That was Friday's volume. But on average, it has 89,400. This is just for trading days that this ETF has been out. So here is a news release. ULTI Rex Income Max Option Strategy ETF, turning volatility into weekly income. Rexshare is excited to announce the launch of Rex Income Option Strategy ETF. Ticker symbol is ULTI. Don't confuse it with ULTY from YieldMax. They almost kind of sound the same, but they're different. ULTI is an actively managed ETF that seeks to provide weekly income by writing options on the market's most volatile US stocks. By implementing a hedge fund style option strategy, ULTI seeks to turn volatility into weekly income while managing risk through active positioning. The fund will typically hold 20 to 30 of the most volatile US stocks and is adjusted weekly to reflect evolving market conditions. So this strategy is very different than what we see from YieldMax. YieldMax ETFs ULTI does not have the same strategy that they're going to do adjustment every week. So this is something different. For investors, Rex Income Max Option Strategy ETF offers weekly distributions, seeks to provide cash flow through option premium income. The second strategy is high volatility focus, targets the most volatile stocks in the US market. And the third strategy that they're going to use is hedge fund style strategy, brings a professional options framework to ETF structure. When it comes to three strategies, we know that weekly distributions, ULTI has the same strategy. Harness high volatility focus, ULTI has the same strategy. The only different strategy here they have that ULTI doesn't have is hedge fund style strategy. This is very unique to just this ETF. And the weekly adjustment, these are the two things that we don't see with ULTI from YieldMax. Rex Income Option Strategy ETF ULTI expands Rex's lineup of income funds, combining active management, option expertise, and focus on volatility within an ETF structure. ULTI offers investors a sophisticated yet accessible way to pursue income opportunities in a dynamic market. So that's the news release from Rex Shares. So here, let me take you to Rex official website. As I've said before, the two strategies here, they are pretty much the same strategies that ULTI from YieldMax uses, but the only strategy that is unique to just this ETF is downside mitigation on extreme moves, because this shows you is going to have that protection when the market goes down. Rex Income Max Option Strategy ETF is sophisticated strategy targeting the market's most volatile US stock with an options strategy that dynamically adjusts to changing market conditions. By implementing and managing a mix of put and call options, ULTI seeks to turn volatility into weekly income with downside mitigation against extreme market swings through active positioning. So this is very important. I think YieldMax does the same, but for the sound of this, it seems that it's going to have way better protection as compared to ULTI. But the performance going forward, that's to be seen, right? So more information about this ETF. ULTI ticker symbol is ULTY. Inception was incepted on October 31st, 2025. It just came out on Friday and trades on the NASDAQ. Fund asset as of now, it has over 5 million, and number of shares 200,000. Number of holding, they have 101 holdings. And just to be clear, these holdings here are not 100% direct exposure. They have direct exposure and they do write a synthetic or a swap strategy. Total expense ratio is 1.25. So that's a pretty much as ULTI from YieldMax. ULTI, I think right now is 1.28. So they're pretty similar when it comes to expense ratio. The first distributions payment will be announced on November 12th, 2025, and the payment will be November 14th. In order for you to receive distributions for November 14th, you have to have purchased or own this ETF by November 13th, which is X and record date. How much they're going to pay, that will be determined. I'm going to let you know. In order for you not to miss that, make sure you subscribe to this channel and please smash the like button and share with someone you think this video may help so they can always get information on their passive income journey. Now, how frequent are they going to pay? They are going to pay weekly. This is very important because most people are very interested with ULTI from YieldMax. It's because of that weekly distributions. But one thing I want to say is distribution rate for this ETF going to be a little bit lower than ULTI for one main reason, because this ETF will have that protection. Based on my experience, any ETF that has better protection and less NAV erosion always try to have less risk, and therefore you will always receive a little bit lower distributions. So that's just a prediction, guys. There's no guarantee if that will come true. We'll wait and see exactly how much they're going to pay. And in the future, I'll make comparison a video between ULTI and ULTI from YieldMax. ULTI Holdings, Sarepta Therapeutics Inc., Gemini Space Stations, Core Scientific Inc., Solar Ridge Technologies Inc., Trade Desk Inc., Figma Inc., Sunrun Inc., Upstart Holdings, USA Rare Earth. So these are just some of the holdings that they're going to have. And in a few weeks, we're going to have the performance here so we can compare ULTI NAV as compared to the S&P 500 index. One last thing, I know we have seen what ULTI is all about, but here is a breakdown of how they are holding those assets. About ULTI, Rex ETF Trusts. Rex Income Option Strategy ETF is an exchange traded fund launched and managed by Rex Advisors, LLC. It invests in public equity and fixed income markets of the United States. For its equity portion, the fund invests directly and through derivatives in stock of companies operating across diversified sectors. It uses derivatives such as options and swap to create its portfolio. It invests in growth and value stock of companies across diversified market capitalization. For its fixed income portion, the fund invests in US Treasury, bills, notes, bonds, and money market funds. It employs quantitative analysis to create its portfolio. So guys, I just made this video to give you a quick update on a brand new ETF from Rex Share that is going to be competitor to ULTI. How much is going to pay and how well is going to perform, and whether investors are going to dump ULTI and buy ULTI. That's to be seen. Thank you very much for watching. I'll catch you next video. Bye bye.